Peace and blessings of Allah be upon us. O Allah, you are the only one worthy of worship. All praise and glory belongs to you, O Allah. You are the most gracious, the most merciful, the all-forgiving, the all-knower, the all-powerful, the almighty. You are the most wise, you are the all-seer, the all-hearer, you are the irresistible, the majestic. All praise, worship, and glory belongs to you, O Allah. This video is to highlight the importance of being guided by Allah, that whoever Allah guides, no one can send astray, and whoever Allah sends astray, no one can guide. To put our full trust in Allah, He is our maker, sustainer, provider. He created this world for us. He created air for us to breathe. He created rain and measure to come down, to make plants grow, to give us animals for us to utilize, to give us clothes to wear, to give us eyes to see, give us hearts to feel. There's so many things to be grateful for in this world that Allah has created. He is so merciful. He is the all-knower. He is well acquainted with all things. He created everything. He knows us more than we know ourselves. So it's just wise to put our faith and trust in Allah. We have many carnal desires that we have, that we can lust over. We can lust over the opposite sex. We can lust over money. We can lust over power. We can lust over control. But the only true power is of Allah. He has the power, as I just said, to send whoever He wants astray, or He has the power to guide whoever He wills. Whatever Allah wills is what goes. He's the only God. So it's so important to see all the miracles that go around us all the time. That even me speaking right now is a miracle. He created us all from a clot of blood to full functioning human beings that we can speak and contemplate things. So these are all miracles, and He sent down prophets and messengers throughout history to give humanity guidance and to be a mercy for all mankind, and to be signs for mankind to contemplate. So Allah is so merciful. He's so gracious. We should be always kind to each other. We should always be merciful to each other. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon us, he was the most merciful of Allah's creation. He was Allah's greatest creation, and he came with the revelation of the Qur'an, which was Allah's words sent to the angel Gabriel. It was recited to Prophet Muhammad over 23 years of his prophethood, and it has been memorized 1400 years ago in the time of Prophet Muhammad by thousands of Muslims, and now there's millions of Muslims today that have it memorized. So it stayed authentic because of all the memorizations of the Muslims throughout history. So word for word, it's the same revelation as it was 1400 years ago. So these are all words of Allah. He prescribes us good things, like, most important, believing the oneness of Allah, that there's no other God but Allah. To associate partners with Allah is the greatest sin to Allah. So it's very, very important to believe the oneness, that there's no other deity but Allah. Allah is one. And to only worship Allah alone without partners. To believe in the messenger, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. He's the one who came with the final revelation, which is the Qur'an, until the Day of Judgment. Prophet Muhammad, his life experiences are extraordinary. They're a mercy for all mankind, and the best examples for us to learn from and to implement in our lives. So it's really truly to trust in Allah, to do the things that He prescribes, to do the daily prayers that were prescribed by Allah, to pray and worship Allah and praise Allah 5 times a day, to give charity. This also brings us closer to Allah, builds better character, and creates equality in our societies. And Allah forbade certain things like usury, interest, forbade murder, forbade thievery, hypocrisy, having sex outside marriage. All these things create disharmony in our societies and should all be avoided. And all the good things that Allah prescribes should be implemented in one life. And to learn and how to do these things properly, the best example is Prophet Muhammad. There's so much information on him. He's probably the most well-known character of all history. There's so much information on him and his life. So this video is really to highlight the importance of being guided by Allah, that He has power over all things, to put your trust in Him, that we can be sidetracked in our life, we can get caught up in our carnal desires and forget about all the great miracles that are happening all around us, from us being created from a clot of blood to being fully functional human beings, for rain coming down in measure, for making plants to grow, for us to eat, and creating animals of all kinds for us to utilize, for creating all types of human beings of all different varieties, for us to interact with and have all these unique experiences. That there's so many miracles that I can't even begin to explain. I can't even begin to tell you how they all work, because only Allah knows His creations. He knows us best. He knows His creations better than the creations know themselves. So it'd only be wise to let Allah guide us. That we don't know what's going to happen 5 seconds from now, but Allah knows the past, present, and future. He knows all things, and He knows what's best for us. And to always put my desires second and put Allah number one. That He can guide me, He knows what's best for me, and to trust in Him always is very, very important. Another very important thing is to believe in the oneness of Allah, that there is no other God but Him, there's no other deity but Allah, and that He is the only one who has the right to be worshipped. Now, there are rewards for the believer, that there is paradise for the believer in the hereafter, for those who believe in the oneness of Allah and do good deeds. And there's a hellfire for those who are disbelievers and are wrongdoers and polytheists, associate partners with our Creator. And may they be guided to the straight path. Allah is all powerful. He's the only one worthy of all praise and glory and thanks. He created us out of nothing. I owe Him all my existence to Him. He created me. He gave me this opportunity in this life to praise Him and glorify Him, and appreciate all the things that He's done for me in my life, and all the miracles that He's done and I've witnessed, and just appreciate Allah so much, and I just give Him all my love and thanks, and I just put all my trust in Him. So this is a reminder for myself, and a reminder for all those who care to be reminded, to be guided in the straight path, how important it is to put our carnal desires aside and just put our full trust and love and fear in Allah, that He has the power over all things, and just to love Him. And He's so merciful, He's so gracious, beyond our imaginations.